you had a game where you went
minions have spawned.
Okay. I'm down. You can take magic resist early too. She pokes you a lot, but we'll see how it plays. You're not supposed to start E here ever.
Is that a 20?
LAN kids gonna be telling stories to their grandchildren.
Thanks, Solo Doodoo. Appreciate the dono. Okay, so you should be starting E in this matchup. MR is probably good in this matchup because she's going to try to poke you a lot. She has spammable abilities in lane, so MR plays a little bit better, I think, than flat health, or scaling health, rather. Obviously, you can outplay a big chunk of her kit, but that still doesn't change the fact that when you go to all in, the majority of the damage you're going to receive as a result is going to be magic damage, not so much auto attacks. And the only time that you're really going to be pressured is in lane, mostly. So yeah, MR's played better. Scaling health's more about like you're just trying to you can safely lane. You get a little bit more value out of scaling health, but this isn't a safe lane. All right, Lee hooks us up. Boop. Cool, we're fed. Hey, good shit. Now, first things first, you should be backing right here. I know, it's fucking crazy, but you should be. I would say auto, well, actually, I would auto maybe this creep and maybe this creep. So let me, this is advanced, by the way, what I'm about to explain to you. But I think it's important that you understand why. So, this creep... Can I do this? Like, what is going on here? Epic Pen? Hold on, let me restart it. There. So, this creep, and this creep. I would clear those, and then I would back. What that's going to do is the lane's going to slowly push to you. Your wave is going to meet, and ideally it should stop somewhere right in here. Syndra won't be able to push that fast level 1. You'll be able to come back to lane with full HP, full mana, and an item, and that will probably be Dark Seal in your case. That's what I would do. I would go Dark Seal or Corrupting Pot. So, yeah, I would clear... if it were me and I got this first blood, I would clear that, I would clear that, then I would start backing right there. Just start channeling your back. You'll be level 2. You take a point in E. That way, if Vi shows up, you just E away. But we should be pretty safe to leave. And then you run back into lane. The wave will meet you here. Syndra will be just arriving before you. She'll push it to about there. And now you have your items. And guess what that means? You can kill her again. All right, so let's see what you decide to do. So you stay in. Not taking a point in E this early, I think, is just not optimal at all. I think you need a point in E. You're gonna, eventually you'll face people that don't suck so much penis because you're low elo, and this isn't to flame you, it's just the reality. And she will know how to keep you at distance. Once you face somebody that knows how to keep you at distance, she's gonna auto attack you every step of the way in lane. And she's going to harass you every step of the way in lane. If you don't have E, you'll lose the lane outright. Because if that's me, if you're facing me with that Q start shit, and I saw you didn't take E, I would, if I'm her, I would literally walk you all the way to tower. There's not a damn thing you can do about it. You see what I'm saying? You can't do anything. Once you've blown that Q, I'm just going to follow you all. I will literally walk myself all the way here and just slow push the wave because, you know, she still has flash up, so it's a little dangerous. You'll get yourself really low, and then under tower, so once this all gets under tower, she can harass you under tower, and Fizz really doesn't like that very much. If you're too low to where you can't all in back, Fizz is in a really tough spot. But the E, basically, just the threat of it, makes it so that you can always re-engage on her if she blows a big rotation on you. She misses everything. Oh my god. Hurts my eyes. I don't like how your back timing makes no sense to me. Stay in for that one wave and then take the next wave. The timer, look at the timer. 3:35 is when the range creep or the siege wave leaves. This, just as a good rule of thumb, mid laners, if you look out and there's no siege creep, there's no siege wave yet, like you can look at your base too. You shouldn't be backing yet. You should clear this, right? You clear this first, and then you'll back, and then you'll be able to walk out with the siege wave. You'll miss less farm. You'll have more time. Her mana's also low. We go back. You start backing here. You're level 4. She's level 3. Look at her mana. She has no ignite. You're fine. Stay. You're fine. You don't have to back yet. There's a better back timing. This isn't it. Good harass. All right. If I'm you, I'm literally walking under tower here, and looking to freak her out a little bit. She has to deal with all those minions there, and you're about to be level 5. I think you're facing a Vi. Vi isn't gonna do jack shit to you. See how she has to do? She wants to farm there. You can walk her under tower and threaten to all in her and maybe make her miss some farm. You'll still have your E up. Vi's not killing you, dude. You're not dying to that gank. Not pre-6. I mean, if you die to that gank, you're noobing, right? Think about what their abilities are and tell me how do you think you die to that gank. I don't think you die to that gank. Now, if it's something like a Rammus, then yeah, I understand. Maybe like a Rek'Sai or something. Somebody that can be obnoxious. Maybe Elise. You're not really scared of Vi right now. Especially, the other note about that is you should be more scared of it sooner rather than like around like level 3 area as opposed to like level 4 or 5, because you know that the Vi at this point doesn't have red buff and she doesn't have ult. In this case, she doesn't have flash. I don't know if you saw it or you didn't. If you saw it, then that could factor into it as well.
Oh,
I didn't see it. I'm not looking. I'm not you in the game right now. Special Spartan, thanks for the sub. Welcome back, or welcome to the Ritz Cracked. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. You need to be... Alright, this is cool. This is a good learning spot for you. So, you need to be faking. Very similar to what I talked about earlier with the Renekton, the bully. This is a situation... I want you to look at this and kind of make a mental note, okay? Because of how the game played early, she's not level 6 yet, and even if she did get level 6, you would have time to react and just step back if you need to, like Q away from her or whatever, and then E if you have to. But right now, this is a prime spot to try to zone her out, all right, and draw that pressure. So I really want you about here... I want you stepping in and out a lot in this situation. See how you're backing off? Like, I don't want you backing off. I want you constantly acting like you're going to do something. Because she is in lethal range, right? And I'm sure you know that. You want to terrorize her. Her positioning, she should always be standing right where she is and having to be, like, right here. But that's on you. You have to be wiggling in and back out, in and out as this pushes in. Because if you don't do that, you're letting her farm. This is a spot where you get a lot of value. She can't do anything from this range. She doesn't have mana. She doesn't have health. You need to basically set up a situation where you make the game 4v5. You've seen me play Tryndamere enough probably, and you've seen me freeze enough probably up here. It's no different in mid. This is the same shit. It's a little harder to set up a freeze in mid, but you should still be trying to do it. Just keep a few range creeps over your wave. So like right here, you can see you have 3 to 4 minions over the wave, over your wave. And you can just start terrorizing her. Just constantly step in. Every time the minions draw aggro, so like right here, minions are aggroed, walk over and just start acting like you're going to do something. You don't have to do anything. You can decide how you want to play from here, but you should constantly be acting like you're fucking crazy and you're going to jump on her at any time. It's a very important mental aspect of laning that people miss. The zoning, the advantages, the small little like mental fuckery that can go on. You cost her to miss farm. You cost her to waste abilities. She might just throw her fucking stun out because she's tilted. She might rage at her jungle for a gank and cause the game to be over. You don't really create that, though, unless you get up in her face. Because, again, what's her kill? She has literally no way she can kill you here. 0. See how she's allowed to grab that in front of you? Shouldn't happen. Why? Because you should be right here walking at her. She goes for that siege creep. But why aren't you right here? You see what I'm saying? This game in laning, I'm telling you right now, laning when you get better at it, once you get that slight lead, dude, you should be relentless. That should cost her. Technically, she shouldn't be allowed to get that without throwing stun, I believe. Without max ranging it with stun. Do you see how you could very quickly turn this into just a fucking 4v5 outright? Even without your ult up, just because of the situation of the lane, right? The Lee hooked you up. Basically, the Lee hooks you up. Your responsibility now is to make this guy's life hell. You're not always going to get, the way you view it is, you're not always going to get this early cheese gank that pays off for you in the way that it did. But since it did, now we can really fucking put the boots to this guy and make him never want to play mid again. I faced a lot of Zeds, Fizzes, LeBlancs, and I've been frozen on. It fucking sucks ass. So you have to do it because you make the game so much harder for your opponent. The only way that they can play the game is they can only max range their abilities to farm, which costs mana, or they have to have the jungle come and break the freeze for them. The jungler literally has to stop pathing and help break the freeze, at which point your jungler can come for an easy 2v2. You can pressure and fake and try to get them to overplay. You can do a lot of things there. She gets level 6. Right here, same thing. I would not let this siege hit the tower for free. See how you let it hit the tower? Try to block the wave here because you're about to be level 6 and that's prime fucking feasting hours for Fizz. It buys you more time to look for your ult. The longer that the wave is here on this side, the longer that the wave is on this side of the lane, the more time you have to throw your ult out, right? And the more time you have to look for it. And the more time this guy, again, wants to hang himself because you're zoning him. A lot of stress there. And at any time, you can Q through a minion and go for it. Don't you dare let that hit the tower. See that? Misplay. Right there. Did you see what you just did? Watch it again.
Oh, look. A happy little cracker.
Right here. You just stand here. You're good. You're good. You're going to trade a little bit of health. You're going to trade a little bit of health. But what the fuck is she going to do about it? If she backs, she misses another wave. Whatever she buys, think about it. Whatever she comes back in the lane with, can she survive your all-in? Even if you just simply tank a little bit of minion damage and chill and don't buy, what can she do about it when she gets back to lane? Nothing, right? Why? Because it's a fucking Fizz versus squishy control mage. This is a gold mine. You need to take advantage of this. A lot of this replay, you may have gotten fed. I know that you're going to get some kills eventually. But I want you to see, in 6 minutes, I'm spotting like 100 errors in about, like, in how hard you could blow this lead open. You see what I'm saying? Like, you could just chip the fuck away at this guy in so many little ways here before any of the weird team fight shit happens, which we'll get to, right? But we can just fucking obliterate, and I really want to hammer that home for you. We can just obliterate this matchup. Nice try, good. You get a flash. She can't be here. You need to go. Yes, thank you. Sooner rather than later next time. Once your E's back, I want you stepping over the front of the wave again. See how you're standing so far back? You shouldn't be. Constantly fake that you're gonna go at her. I've harped on this long enough, I think. Good. Okay, you definitely need to E that and you kill her there. 100%. Also, she didn't have flash. I mean, you could flash it as well. I would just lead with E there, slowly, calmly, and see how it plays. That's our only way to juke you. Good. I like the all in there. Good. I would push. I wouldn't freeze because we don't have an ult to really zone her. We need to back. Good. She's fucked. Yeah. Shove. Smack tower. You have no R. At this point, we're only worried about Vi. Vi's not killing us here. Level 7. That's what I would check. Next time, instead of tanking so much damage by tower, back off sooner, because it's gonna fuck up your back timing a little bit. Either try to clear this or back sooner. Oh, you went for the plate. I understand. Yeah. It's just an awkward window. You see, I feel like it's not even worth the plate, to be honest. You see how long it takes for us to get back in the lane? Nah, it's not worth, dude. Don't bother for 2. I know it's nice. It's not even about risk. It's about getting back in the lane faster. You're wasting, your ult's gonna come back off cooldown shortly. You're wasting that pressure for like extra 150 gold and not having the lane here. See what I mean? And you technically miss more. I'm pretty sure you miss more gold by not just backing sooner. And not to mention the pressure we're missing. Go ahead and take tower here. Instead of rotating back to mid, just whack on tower and try to get the first blood tower down. You aren't really going to be doing much by the time you get into mid, in my opinion, unless she's brain dead, right? Taking this tower and knocking it down is a sure thing. Plus, you'll get to split XP on the next wave, which I just think is better. I think it's just a better use of your time than going all the way back to mid. Like, yeah, you get this guy's flash because he's fucking awful, but what could you really? You know what I mean? You have no mana here. And, like, look, this guy might get caught. I was kind of wishing he would get caught so you could see that it was a good spot to double down on taking the tower and then split the gold and the XP from the wave and then just come back. And then when you come back for the Syndra, you can all in her with fish again. But now once your ult is up, we haven't backed yet. I would rather you just split the XP and the gold with Renekton. Let the turret, let Syndra get a plate or two. Like, big fucking deal. She's useless, right? She's going to be useless the rest of the game. And then you can come back with a fresh buy. Items that you got from the turret gold and the split wave. And then immediately again, our ult's back up. Now we can go kill some more people. But see, now we're like, we're in a weird, awkward spacing where we like, our ult's going to come off cooldown. We can't do shit. I don't like that. Jabby Ho, thanks for the sub, homie. Love you, dude. Nice on the siege wave. Good. Very good. Okay. Okay, this was just weird, lazy shit by you. And it's you can't afford to do this. All your job is in that situation, next time you got the pick, you assess, right? So the way that laning works is like this. If you solo kill somebody, you assess, what can I do with the solo kill? Can I freeze? Can I push? Can I hit tower? Where's the jungler? Where's the bot lane? Where's the top lane? What summoners do they have? You see all that? Like there's so many things that you can assess. So if we go back to Syndra's bad, gets killed, right? Cool. Noob, noob, noob. What a newbie. This guy sucks penis. That's what you're thinking, right? This guy blows. Okay, we're in the assess phase. Look at the map. Where is everybody? Well, everyone's missing. I wouldn't even touch that wave. Would be the first play you make. If you're looking for optimal fucking carry macro gameplay. You don't even touch the wave. Just wait. Literally, just sit outside of you. Just wait. Until you see people, right? Because what are you losing? You're losing nothing. You miss nothing. Once people show, then you decide what to do. Okay, there's a Lux here. Well, support, and then you get into the little psychology, right? You say, okay, well, I don't have my ult, so that I can't kill this guy, at least not easily. If you see Tom, Vi, and Ezreal somewhere else, go ahead and fucking E on top of her head and smack her around a little bit. Even without your ult, she can't kill you. However, guess what? Tom, Vi, Ezreal, they're missing. They're around, right? You can assume that when a support shows up, 9 times out of 10, they're walking around with a teammate. That's pretty much how it always is in League, unless support's like tilted and roaming around by himself and just being a noob. He's pretty much always got a teammate nearby. So, we know that. Can't get binded, can't get rooted or anything like that. That's ridiculous. You should have left. You go for the minions even after all that. And again, they're gonna have a teammate nearby 9 times out of 10. Here comes Vi. Vi was like here this whole time, which we could suspect because Lux is here poking at you, being all cocky. And then Tom shows up as well. All we have to do here is just wait under tower and just see what the fuck is going on first. And then you could clear the wave under your tower or just back off and then ping this tower while your team does stuff. And just wait for Lee, wait for your ult to come back up, all sorts of options. But you threw away a lot of health and a lot of positioning and your mid tower because you did all this. But I would never have done this if you weren't low. You're side laning now. Okay, you see how you immediately ran to the jungle and started team fighting? If it's me, I'm literally going like to top. Because there's no dragon up, we have a rift up, and you're Fizz, and you want to kill people 1v1. So instead of running to your team all crazy, go to a side lane and start working a side lane and see who defends you. If it's Tom, sweet. Leave him alone and then go find a flank. Don't just team fight. That's not what you want to do. use the fact that you're really giant right now and actually pressure a lane and an objective first and then roam back in. So either go top or bottom. Me, I would go top here because there's a lot of farm coming. And I would push this wave to tower and then back off, assess. Tom defends, fine. I don't think I can kill Tom under tower. Maybe I'm wrong. He has no MR, I'm not sure. Maybe you can just fucking flat one-shot him under tower. I have no idea. If you can dive him, which again, I'm not sure about, then go ahead and dive him. If you can't, push him under tower because he's not going to just fight you because he will die. Rotate into mid and look for a flank. Repeat, repeat, repeat. Do not ARAM anymore. Stop doing this. This is the next iteration of mid lane. You need to understand. All these newbies, they have one speed. They go lane phase, we go mid. Lane phase, we go mid. You're playing in silver elo, they go lane phase to mid. You need to think lane phase to side lane as a mid laner. Lane phase to side lane. Especially when you're ahead, okay? If you're not ahead, this might be a little bit more difficult to execute. But when you're ahead and you're the biggest dick in the room, side lane. Side lane, side lane, side lane. Because what you don't want to have is a situation where you get no map pressure with your ginormous lead and you're doing things like using all your health to kill a Tom on your side of the map in the jungle. Who cares about your teammates? Everyone says, my team, fuck your team. Your team is garbage. Do you win by protecting your team or by taking objectives yourself? Now, see, had you run to that side lane instead of fighting in the jungle, yes, your team would have died. You would have had map pressure, and then you would have been pulling people around the map, which is what Fizz wants. People split on their own. How fun is this for you? Throwing your fish into 5 people and hoping you can get a kill and get out. How fun is this for you? Don't you think it would be easier to be off on your own in a side lane, have people running all over the map trying to deal with what you're doing, and then killing one person at a time? It sucks ass, right? It blows. Team fighting sucks penis in solo queue, especially for assassins. You're not playing a team fight champion. You want to do team fight? Play AP Malphite, dude. Play AP Malphite. You want to go and kill those guys right there? Get fed on AP Malphite, press R on them, and in mid lane, and do that shit over and over again. Then we can play team fight. Alright? For now, we're playing Fizz. The way we do this is we go to the side lane, we push, smack tower, back away, push, smack tower, flank, look for a kill, back away. That's what we do. Work on that. And by the way, before you think, Neace, this sounds ridiculous. Every single player that I play with in high elo, in mid lane, that plays Fizz, the good ones, they do this. Every single one. Look at a good Zed. Go look at a replay of a good Zed. See where he is after lane phase. You're not going to find him ARAMing, I can promise you. Same with Fizz, same with Kassadin, same with Twisted Fate, same with Ahri. You're not going to find them in mid. The only exceptions to this rule are champions that do really well in ARAM. Those are the ones you're not going to find ARAMing. Does Fizz do good in ARAM? No. Zed? No. Xerath? He ain't moving. Xerath will sit his ass here. He will happily, if you're fed on Xerath, you will happily. All right, let's ARAM, boys. Let's do it. Azir, let's do it, boys. Can't wait to fucking ARAM. Lux, cannot wait. Let's ARAM. Love it. Fist pump every time. We are not moving from mid. Hate to move. Make them move. They want to be here. Do you think Syndra wants to defend a tower 1v1 versus Fizz? Do you think Lux wants to defend a tower? How about fucking Ezreal? How about Vi? Do you think any of those champions want to defend? The only champion you could argue that won't mind defending you is maybe Tom, and I'm pretty sure you can kill him. Because he's behind. So that's your lesson. I'm glad you did this. Because you got fed and you made the mistake. It's very common. Now, if you draw the map pressure, let's say they have a rift running down the middle of the map, right? Let's do some quick situation just so you understand that I'm not saying AFK split to the end of time. Let's say you push a lane into top and someone comes and defends and you see a rift get spawned right here. Then I would literally from top start walking behind the enemy team or back and try to find a flank while the person you're dealing with up here decides, or dive them. Again, dive is always an option. If you're good enough to 100 to know somebody under tower, fucking do it and smack the tower. That is always a good play. There's never a bad play. It is so rare that an enemy team 4v4 will just take your Nexus early game. They might take an inhib, your team might be mad, don't give a fuck. Taking inhib early in low elo means jack shit. Okay? Means nothing. You kill this guy under tower, take a trade, that's good. It means very little to you. Honestly, I would argue taking inhib early just means that people are going to throw later in the game. Because you're just going to get free XP. But yes, if they throw that rift down, then you can go, I'm going to flank immediately or dive immediately. Whoever's defending. And this is cool too. Because like, if you're coming out of base and people overstay, you come out of base with more XP than you have right now. You see what I'm saying? And you have a lot of power coming out of base. Next time, he's clearly dead. Keep looking forward for more kills. Nice try on the Ezreal. Next time, wait. Try to get his E out first. And then throw your fish. Or try to walk next to him and throw the E long so you catch him on his... Or throw the fish long so you might be able to catch him on the E. Always try to think with Fizz. Always try to think what your opponent's going to do to dodge your ult. Helps. You're getting a lot done here. Everything about this was good. You just needed to live after. You made a pick 3v1. So at that point, go to the bush and just reset. You don't need to kill every single person to be effective. You killed somebody, 3v1, clear the wave, and back under tower around here. And then just chill. You're good. You've done your job. Don't the thing about League is the greed. Trying to get one more thing, one more this, one more that. Wait for your cooldowns. Wait for your team to close in if you want to try to get those extra kills. Or just back and reset. That's fine too. Okay, they go to Baron. You have to go. You need to dodge this shit. There's no excuse for this. Juke, wiggle. Click more. I'm 30 years old. I dodge this shit. Click. Click your buttons. Click your clicker. Now your combo was messy. If you had proto belted this way and just kept walking for a bit, it would have played a lot better for you. You needed to waste more time before using your stopwatch so that your E would be off a cooldown once you finished the stopwatch. And this would have been perfect by you. Alright, this is a good time to stop. Laning, side laning, and I mean that's really it. Lane a little bit more aggressively when you have a lead. Keep trying to work in the freezing that we talked about, and then once you get a lead, work on side laning. You won't have to deal with being stuffed in your base if you do this, I promise you. As soon as you've crushed lane and your bot lane is doing their thing, and everyone starts A-ramming, you'll get that feeling. You'll be like, all right, I have one lane. Maybe you like shove tower and then you look to roam bot real quick and get a kill. Just think side lane more. All right, and then you'll be rocking. Hope this helps. And you too. Thank you so much for watching. Twitch.tv/Neace if you want to watch some more coaching live. Like, comment, share, subscribe on the video if it helps you. And yeah, sub if you want to help me do this every day. Thank you very much for your support, and I'm out. Peace. Crackers. Later.